Imagine believing your vote and your voice shaped the future of your country, only to realize that decisions affecting your life, your wealth, and your opportunities have long been guided by invisible forces beyond ballots and parliaments. And the truth is even more unsettling. Democracy has been quietly supplanted by finance, not through a coup of soldiers or gunfire, but through debt, banks, and economic manipulation so subtle that most citizens never notice the shift until it has been completed. To understand this quiet takeover, we must go back centuries when money was simple, tangible, and directly tied to resources, yet rulers and governments found that wars, infrastructure, and empires were expensive, and a new breed of institution emerged. The central bank promising stability in exchange for unprecedented control over the creation and allocation of money. At first, these banks were hailed as saviors, smoothing out market shocks and enabling economies to grow faster than ever. Yet in doing so, they created a hidden power. Control over the financial levers that govern nations, a power that could manipulate prosperity and scarcity without a single election. As credit expanded and financial instruments became more complex, crises once rare and localized grew larger and more global, and with each panic, central banks stepped in as heroes, bailing out failing institutions while simultaneously consolidating influence, quietly rewriting the rules to ensure that the next crisis would serve their power rather than threaten it. The turning point came in the 20th century, when governments became reliant on these financial lifelines, creating a cycle where public debt, corporate influence, and financial engineering replaced legislative debate and citizen oversight as the real determinants of national policy. The 2008 financial meltdown revealed this truth in stark relief. Banks that had mismanaged trillions were rescued by central banks and taxpayer-funded interventions, while ordinary people faced foreclosures, unemployment, and stagnant wages, showing that the system's mechanisms were designed to protect institutions, not citizens, and that the consolidation of financial power was now effectively irreversible. Attempts to reform the system, from new regulations to oversight committees, proved largely cosmetic, addressing symptoms while leaving the underlying structure untouched, a system built on reliance, fear, and control. Today, we see the same patterns repeating across pandemics. Supply chain crises, inflation spikes, and debt crises. Governments borrow at historic levels. Central banks manipulate interest rates and asset markets, and wealth continues to concentrate at the top, all while political rhetoric suggests citizens remain sovereign. The data is striking. Global debt has surpassed hundreds of trillions of dollars. Corporate lobbying shapes legislation more than public opinion. And crises that once prompted reform now serve as justification for further concentration of financial authority. The story leaves 3 lessons in plain sight. First, democracy can be hollowed out not by revolutions, but by slow systemic financial control. Second, finance does not merely influence policy, it can effectively replace it, determining outcomes regardless of elections or popular consent. Third, superficial reforms cannot reverse entrenched structural power, and delay only increases the stakes of future crises. The warning is clear. A system that silently substitutes financial control for democratic governance may demand far greater sacrifices from citizens than any one policy failure, leaving society trapped in cycles of dependency and risk. The open question remains haunting. Will we recognize and challenge this quiet coup before its consequences deepen further? Or will we continue to live in a world where the decisions that shape our lives are made in conference rooms and trading floors rather than legislatures and town halls? If this insight has shifted the way you see democracy and finance, stay with the channel, because understanding how power is transferred quietly, systematically, and invisibly is the first step toward reclaiming control over a world that has been quietly steered for centuries.